Hey, basic maintenance video thing. So, you know those Let's Tries I do every other day where I try out a new game for a little bit, like half an hour or so, and that's just a little one-off thing. Well, people on Patreon get to choose what those are, and there's 15 slots, and 2 of them are open right now, because 2 people just kind of decided not to do that anymore. So, first come, first serve, just hop on in if you want to do that. How exactly does that work? You get in there now. Today is what, the 29th? So you have today or tomorrow to get in. And if you want to be in the tier before October starts, because you know, you need to, the billing happens at the beginning of the month, and then once you've been charged, then you can send me a message on Patreon and pick a game for me to do a Let's Try of. It is from a predetermined list. There's a lot of text here. You can read it on the actual page. There's a lot of text here. But basically, the idea is I maintain this big spreadsheet of all the press codes I get, and you can request anything on this giant 600 game list, of which there are many games, and then I'll do a Let's Try of that sometime over the course of the month. There's not really a particular order to the order in which I play people's games, but you know, like 15 people request, I do about 15 or so per month. And so that's how that happens. You can also request a game on itch.io that is free, or any free game in general, or if you find a demo for something, then I can play that. This is how I run the channel and all that, so you can't just like request like a $60 game that I don't own, and then I pay double the amount of money that you're pledging just to freaking do the Let's Try. So like that's why it is for this predetermined list of games I got codes for versus or like demos and stuff like that. It's because that's how this whole thing works. But there is a lot to choose from, and you get to pick one game every month and also support the channel and all that. If you're not in the know about how this whole thing works, this is the end of the video already, by the way. If you just want to hop on Let's Try, first come, first serve, get in there, blah, 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 blah. I'm just doing my due diligence here, keeping the channel running. But if you don't know, because I haven't made an update video for a while, re-explaining to all the new subscribers how this all works, on my Patreon, you have this little voting supporter tier, and you have the nominating supporter tier. Right now, there's a series on God of War happening, and recently there was a series on Celeste. Every time that one of those games ends, the ones that are selected by Patreon, first, the people that are on the nominating tier all get to just name basically any game that's on any format that I can reasonably get access to and play. And then a couple days later, everybody in the voting tier gets to vote on the games that these people nominated. And so that's how God of War was selected. Somebody nominated God of War, and then all these people voted for God of War. And same thing goes for Celeste or Crash Bandicoot or the 50 other games that I've played via this process in the past. So that's the main thing going on. Those credits you see at the end of every video, those are the Patreon supporters divided into these 3 topics. That's what all these people are. And also, you can gain access to this big ol' freaking Q&A series right here. See all these things that are locked? It's like, look at all these... Oh, 614 posts. Jesus Christ. How'd that happen? But see all these posts, like I did the Q&A part 60. So you can watch this. You can watch like 60 to 120-ish hours of Q&As that are all me playing Diablo 2, World of Warcraft, or then Minecraft, and then most recently 1 episode of Vanilla WoW. That might be the only one where I'm just kind of mindlessly plugging away at the game while answering questions from the audience, which you can also ask me if you happen to support me on Patreon and all that. Otherwise, you can just continue to watch everything publicly on the channel and all that. The only thing that's locked behind a paywall, besides the voting process, is this Q&A series, which is me answering people's questions. And it's not meant to be a Let's Play. I'm just accidentally opening up all these pages now. It's not meant to be a Let's Play, but it does feature gameplay, technically, of games that are that may or may not be featured on the main channel primarily. So that's all there. Just rambling at this point. Thanks for watching like always, guys. See you next time. Link in the description. I should have said immediately, even though it's probably pretty obvious.